Greetings, my sports to the bone people. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you all for tuning in. Hope everybody's doing okay. All right, so in this video, we have two stories that I would like for us to take a look at. Right, we see where West Indies T20 captain Ravman Powell spoke with the media after the series defeat to England. He spoke about his team's performance, and he also spoke about some things that they want to get right as they get ready to face Bangladesh. So we'll talk about that. We also see where West Indies women's captain Hayley Matthews, she was speaking about playing test cricket and how she's always dreaming of playing test cricket. So go and touch on both topics. Just give a listen here until the end and let me know what you all think in the comment section. All right, let's start off with Captain Ravman Powell. So I'm taking this bit of information here from the Sportsmax website. So shout out to Sportsmax for this story here. So, as I said, Captain Ravman Powell was speaking about his team's performance. He was saying that it was a mixed performance from the team, and, they are definitely looking to improve. All right, so this is Powell right here now. He was actually talking about the team's inability to adapt to conditions and, really do what's necessary to win games. We understand that sometimes, losing the task might mean that you lose the game, but teams have always found ways to win in conditions that don't necessarily suit them, but let's see. So this is Ravman Powell, and I quote, I think we always as a batting group have a template that we try to work with. Unfortunately, the template didn't work in our first few games. It took us about 2 or 3 games to really wonder what's really happening to us as a batting group. And we also need to sharpen up on a few areas as a bowling group. End quote for now. I will say that it was almost lose the toss, lose the games, right? But we also played some reckless shots batting first. You understand? It was tough batting first, but we can't just throw that out there and say that is the reason why we lost the game. Right why we lost a couple of games. That's not the only reason, right? Because some of the shots were uncalled for, But anyways, let me go down into what Skip is saying. So he went on to say, as a team, we need to assess a little bit faster. We didn't play good cricket for a long enough periods, and that made it tough. And that made it a tough series. I think a lot of credit has to be given to Josh Butler and his team. They really came in. They really came in our conditions and dominated. End quote for now. That is true. That is true. We did not play good cricket for long periods, and as a result of that, we were unable to win games. You understand? So he went on to say that, and I quote, the way we played that's the fourth game, showed that we can play really good cricket. If we had just assessed the conditions a little better and earlier in the series, it possibly would have been a different outcome. These are lessons to be learned, says Ravman Powell, and they are looking forward to doing better against Bangladesh. I mean, I don't know if it was only a case of not assessing the conditions. Sometimes teams will definitely come up and play good cricket that we're going up against, and we can get outplayed as well as we can outplay ourselves. Sometimes we might assess the conditions and, we just make bad decisions. We assess the conditions and know that this is what is necessary. And, we see a ball and think, say, listen, this shot, we can play this shot and we will get value for the shot when that shot was necessary at that time. So sometimes it's not only about the ball moving or the ball, you understand, stuck in the pitch or anything like that. Sometimes it's just about our decision making. You understand that really affects us. So that is what Captain Ravman Powell had to say. Now let's move on to Hayley Matthews, sticking to Sportsmax. So the headline says, Test cricket is something I've always dreamed of. Matthews eager to parade skills in the longest format. I did a video probably about a week or 2 ago, talking about West Indies women, returning to Test cricket, right? So that is something there. So this is Hayley Matthews. and I quote, "Test cricket is something I've always dreamed of. You know, wearing the white with the badge on your chest would mean a lot. Test cricket is the pinnacle of the game. So being afforded the opportunity to wear the whites and put the baggy maroon cap on, you know, is going to be a huge honor." All right, huge honor. Went on to say, Matthews, she went on to say, "When I heard Test cricket was announced, I was very excited. Playing Test cricket has been an ambition of mine for a long time. So to be able to get this opportunity to play a few tests over the next few years is something I'm looking forward to." Right, end quote for now. And we know that the women, they don't get a lot of games, you understand, like the men. So, you know, it's really good that they're adding Test cricket. The only thing I'm worried about is players getting burnt out, you know, because it's going to be the same group or the same pool of players that we will have to select from, right? Select from to be competitive, you understand. And I mean, there are not as many franchise T20 leagues for women as when you're talking about men. So, you know, probably majority of the ladies will turn out to play, will want to play Test cricket, because there are not as many franchise leagues out there for them to play. You know, so playing Test cricket would be a way for them to earn and to maximize on their talent. Now, as I said, I'm a bit worried. I'm a bit worried because we don't produce enough female cricketers playing at a level that you can expect them to really compete. You know, we can find a good squad, you know, we can find a squad, and that is why we are able to compete in T20s and ODIs. But when you throw Test cricket in the mix, it might be a little bit different, you know. But it's gonna be fun. You know, it's gonna be good to see the ladies going out there. Sometimes we're watching games and we see Hayley Matthews, Stephanie Taylor when she was on top of the world. You know, sometimes we're watching games and we're wondering, you know, what could have been if they had more time out there in the middle. You understand, ladies, some of the ladies that are dominant, you know, it's gonna be fun to watch them, you know, batting for long periods of time. So yeah, that is pretty much it, my viewers and subscribers. The West Indies women, they are returning to Test cricket after a long period. So it's gonna be interesting to see how CWI will go about developing the game in the region, in terms of getting more cricket in high schools, you understand, primary schools, to make sure that we are producing you know, enough players to matriculate over into the international side of things. So yeah, I'm gonna continue to keep an eye on that. And just to finish off with a little bit more red ball stuff, remember, West Indies and Bangladesh will take the field in the first T20 on the 22nd, right? So that is something that, you know, we can definitely look out for. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it right here for now, my people. Big up.